this really is for you. It's a live training every day. If you're not a part of our amazing community of e-commerce sellers, eCom Underground, which is this right here, then you want to go down here to joinecomunderground.com. Join our amazing community. All we talk is e-commerce, everything from Facebook to funnels, Shopify to Amazon, anything that will help grow your e-commerce business and give you some ideas to implement. And these eCom Underground dailies are really just getting some actionable steps, giving you some things that you can start taking advantage of in your business. So real quick today, what I want to talk about is AMS, a little bit more AMS. We've been talking a lot about that. For those of you who don't know, that is Amazon Marketing Services. It's another platform that's available to you as an Amazon seller. We all know sponsored products. Amazon Marketing Services gives you access to headline ads and product display ads, among some other pretty cool features. But those are definitely the ones that you want to be taking advantage of. So what I want to talk about in particular are your product display ads and managing your CTR. That was a great question in the group, and I wanted to just expand on that a little bit. Or actually just share what we kind of talked about in the thread. Because the question was, what is a good CTR, and when do you know sort of when to take action on your CTR? So for those of you who don't know, CTR is click-through rate. That's the rate at which people are clicking on your ad, and we're talking about product display ads. So it's clicks divided by impressions. So if you've had 100 impressions and one click, every 100 times your ad appears, then you have a 1% click-through rate. And the question was really, how do we know when a keyword is work, or when a listing, a product display ad that we're targeting a product with, how do we know that it's working? When do we know when to pause it, and kind of optimizing? So a good rule of thumb, 0.7% click-through rate. That's like the bare minimum that we'll tolerate. And the reason where we get that number from is that AMS will automatically pause headline ad keywords. So keywords that you're running your headline ads on. It will automatically pause that keyword if you have greater than 1,000 or more impressions and 0.7% or lower click-through rate. So that's why 0.7 is sort of seen as the minimum that we'll tolerate inside of AMS. But what I want to have you consider is that AMS is already, 0.7 would be considered bad. In sponsored products, 0.5% is average. So if you think about that, like better than the average on sponsored products is enough to warrant Amazon to just automatically pause your keywords, which tells us we should be expecting a much higher click-through rate. And so a lot of people will ask, what should I expect? I personally aim for myself, for my students, I aim for a 2% click-through rate. That's sort of the benchmark we're always going for. Anything better than that, that's great. We've been able to get as high as 15, in some cases 18%. 18%, that's usually going to be a very brand-centric campaign, right? If someone's typing a particular brand, then, Badass Coffee, and Badass Coffee comes up, obviously they're going to click. But 2% is kind of your benchmark. So I want to talk about 3 things you can do to help increase that click-through rate, and you're just going to have to test them out. One is going to be, and this is specifically as it relates to product display ads. So if you've already, actually let's back up. If you've already had 1,000 impressions, 0.7% or lower click-through rate, no conversions, or a very high ACoS, chances are there's not much you're going to be able to do with that. You could try to, tweak it and change it and make it better, but I like to double down on my winners instead of trying to revive losers or make losing campaigns work. So what you'll want to do is probably pause that, or just scratch that and go on to another product ad. But the 3 things that you're going to want to focus on are price. Price is like one of the number 1 drivers of clicks. So, if you can imagine, in a listing, there's a higher priced item. You run your ad as a lower priced item. That's going to drive a click. So price is huge. The image that you choose, and the headline. Those are sort of the 3 main things that you want to. Those are like the 3 drivers. Now, this is assuming that the product is congruent. Like you're not advertising coffee on a cell phone listing, right? That's already not going to be a very good CTR. But assuming that you're congruent and it makes sense that you should be advertising in that listing, you want to expect about a 2%. So you can tweak so not tweak the price, but be mindful of the price. You want to have a lower priced product than the listing. Test images, lots of different ways to test images, stock photos, lifestyle photos, a lot of different things. So test images and your headline. Make sure you are talking, there's a lot of different headline types we use, and we would talk about that probably in another eCom Underground Daily, but be testing those headlines. So if you find something that has a decent click-through rate, so decent, let's say it's above 0.7, you're at like 1%, you may have a winner there. You want to start testing those three things. Placing your product in a place where you have the lower price, testing different images on that ad that's already doing well, and testing different headlines on that ad that's already doing well. Those are like the three main levers you can pull to help increase that click-through rate. And remember, if you increase the click-through rate, you're going to get more traffic for the same amount of spend, right? If you're spending $100 and you have a 1% click-through rate, you're going to have, whatever, one person go through. If you double that to 2, you get 2 people for the same $100, right? 5 people for the same $100. Like, think about that, right? You're not spending anymore, but by increasing CTR, you are letting more traffic come to your listing, which is really the point of this game. More traffic, more conversions, more money in your pocket. All right, guys, so that's all I've got for you. Have an amazing Sunday. I always broadcast daily, but tomorrow we're going to take a break, so enjoy your holiday. I'm going to do the same. I'm actually going to head to the beach right now. It's an amazing day again here in Naples, and I'm just going to enjoy some of that sun. So hopefully you get some time to rest this week. Make sure you rest and relax, because you need to bring your best to your business, and time off is just as important. So don't neglect that. I've made that mistake of neglecting my energy and my focus to get things done, and you always pay the price. So take some time off, enjoy your family if you can, and we will talk next week. All right. If you have any questions, make sure to leave any comments below. And if you know anyone who could benefit from these videos, go ahead and have them go to joinecomunderground.com, and we'll welcome them with open arms into our community. All right, guys. Bye.